Hello and welcome to an episode of Figments in Time. Today's episode is kind of my coming back after surgery time. I've been off for 8 weeks, haven't been to a theme park, and today was the day I'm actually supposed to be in a theme park. My wife, my daughter, my granddaughters, and my son-in-law are at Epcot today. And I've been sending my wife challenges, she's taking pictures, we're posting them. And that's cool. But for me, it's kind of strange. I didn't know how it felt. My wife has been there several times without me. I'm sorry. Let me back that one up. I've been there several times without my wife. And I always knew it was going to be tough for her. And most of the times it was things like she was working on her dissertation. She was busy, I was free, we only have so many days a year we can go to these things. So I'd go alone. It was what it was. This time, it was just a perfect storm. I had my shoulder surgery, so I can't really ride anything. And honestly, it was just freaking Val's turn, right? It was her turn to go be by herself and enjoy the park. So I just wanted to just take a few minutes. I'm gonna try to do this no edit. I'm standing here. I'm totally stupid to be a person whose whole hobby is basically photography. So for me not to have anything to set my camera up on is weird. So I'm sitting here. Let me just show you what it looks like. This is what I'm using as a tripod. I have my other camera leaned up against a little channel and that's up against this gorgeous backdrop. I mean, this is Parksville Lake in Polk County, Tennessee, very near Cleveland, Tennessee. So yeah, I'm gonna step up my game when I get back home. One of the things I'm gonna do this week is make sure I have a tripod and at least a little camera holder with me. So the next time I wanna record a podcast in a national forest, I can get it done. So today I'm gonna try to do a quick video with no edits except when people pull into the overlook I'm in, which is right now. They're not stopping, so we'll keep going. So being the one staying at home is more interesting than I thought, and I really would love to go. I have to say, when we finally decided she was the one going to go, and by being finally decided, we've talked about her COVID, we've talked about her issues with it. We wanted to make sure she was good, and all through the week I'm pestering her. Are you doing okay? Are you doing okay? Because I want to make sure she's okay. And I really wanted her to go. I really want to go, but I really wanted her to go more, no matter what. But I did threaten to say I'm going to go next week, which would have been insane. Because first off, my shoulder still is I'm not healed enough to ride rides. I'm going to go to Dollywood next Saturday, if the weather's good, or Sunday or Friday, one of the two. I had taken off this week of vacation. I'm canceling that, but I might keep Friday if the weather looks like it's going to only be good for Saturday. So I can't ride anything, and I'm going to Europe on Saturday of next week. So getting there and getting back and then getting out of town would have been tough. Going to Cambridge again. I'll post some more pictures from there. I'm going to stay in a different hotel than I did last time, and we're having this internal conference. Sounds like fun. I working for Redgate's a fantastic career. There's lots of opportunities there too if you're interested. And if you are interested, if you're into marketing, sales, software, you're looking for a job, make sure you say I sent you. They have really good policies about finding people. Anyhow, so what's going on? I'm hanging out to the national park trying to forget. I will say that doing photographic things on the week when I was supposed to be doing photographic things, it's not one for one, but it's really lovely. And you can see this view behind me, right? This is, I showed you a minute ago, but it's still distractingly beautiful in my viewfinder. Okay, another car, hold on. So I'm back, a little distraction. I gotta say that no matter how beautiful that view is, and it is just remarkable, the bees kind of not as pretty as the view. It's not the same to me as a theme park. I actually grew up with this kind of thing. My parents, our family vacation history, until I was about 8 or 9, we would go to the beach every year. And at the beach one year, I didn't listen, and I got on a raft and I went floating out to sea. My dad, I don't think he could swim. I'm not sure if my dad could swim, because he waded out to get me, and he said I was in trouble. If I'd been any farther, he wouldn't have been able to get me. We never went back to the beach. And my family was like that. I will say that. When I was 4 or 5, I told on my dad and told my mom what he got her for Christmas. And he never once again told me what he got me for Christmas. So my dad was an interesting character. I actually came over to the Cherokee National Forest. I'm not a fan of bees either. I mean, I like bees. Bees are wonderful creatures. But like spiders, I want them afar, right? So I actually came over to the National Forest to grab some pictures of a monument that they set up after my father died, after the 1996 Olympics. I'll show you a picture right here. But after that experience, we started going to the mountains. And I love the mountains. But once I started going to the theme parks about 20 years ago, or again, I'd gone a few times when I was young. I didn't love it. We went to Wizard of Oz land. We went to Tweetsy and Carowinds as a child, like one time each. And it was okay. It wasn't my thing. I was scared to death of the good coasters. I was scared of the little thing that would take you upside down and the pendulum. And, but after about 20 years ago, and really it was actually 22 years ago now. We started in 2001. We took our first trip to Disney. Since then, I've been very theme park obsessed. And I never knew I would be that theme park obsessed. I thought I'd be scared of the rides again. But once I rode one, I'm like, why am I not riding these again? And I had ridden the Mind Bender once in Atlanta, probably 10, 15 years prior. But yeah, 2001, that's when I really became a theme park junkie. And now I like coming to the mountains to relax. I wish I had my iPad with me. I would sit at a table and do some work, write. But to take pictures, to really have a vacation, to really get out of my head, I do theme parks. And so what's very odd this week is to get out of my head, I can't go to the theme park because that's what I'm actually not able to do. I'm going, like I said, I'm going Friday to Dollywood, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But I can't ride anything. And really the riding is what really gets me out of my head. Planning, figuring out how do I get to the next attraction fast enough? How do I do that thing fast enough? In the mountains, you just chill. You just walk around, eat something. I didn't bring any food. I didn't really prepare very well. But all right, so the last thing I want to show you, and I'll have to do this when I get back home, is I have a board on my wall that has a picture I draw. And it's my child board. And it's a little blackboard I tack up behind my desk when I'm doing a presentation. Sometimes I'll draw a picture of a database or something like that. But when I'm not using it for presentation purposes, I like to put things that my inner child feels. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Right now, I'll just this. And what this is a picture of a shoulder. And ow, because I had the shoulder surgery. What's funny is when my wife first saw it, she's always on me about being nitpicky. The first thing she said, and I loved it, by the way, is she said, wrong shoulder. And I was like, awesome. I'm training her well to be nitpicky and annoying at times. It's a good skill. I hope this is seeable. It's very sunny. And I can't really see the screen. And I look dorky without glasses. So the next one, my inner child right now is going, ah! So this next one if I get it done, I'm gonna go home and do this right when I get home tonight. I'm gonna have the 4 parks icons. I'm gonna draw a little sketch of the icons, you know, Spaceship Earth. And actually, take it back. I'm gonna do Spaceship Earth today because they're at Epcot. And every day I'll draw a different one. And since Epcot's the only one I'm gonna put on the screen, because let's be honest, I'm not that good of an artist, as you can see from the shoulder. I'm gonna put, "You are not here." And I do that every day. Because that's what my inner child is screaming. I want to be there. Ah! But that's okay. Because I have to shut the inner child up occasionally. All right, so I will put it in, I'm going to do another video from Dollywood. I'm going to do it right at Dollywood since I don't have rides to ride. I'm going to sit at a table. I'm going to eat a little bit of the food. I have a few things I'm going to try to do. One of is the tornado potato. I'm gonna try that because the first time I had it was so bad, and I've seen some versions of it that's even worse. All right, till next time. Bye-bye.